Hello, welcome to CREATA classes. In this lecture, we will study how to approach the questions related to the group mean for the chapter statistics. The complete theory we have covered in the previous lecture, and if you want to cover the questions related to the topic, check out the link in the description. We are having a complete playlist related to this chapter. So let's start with the lecture. In the theory part, in the previous lecture, we have done the three different methods to calculate the mean. The direct method, the assumed mean method, and the step deviation method. These are the formulas. Let's see how to apply these formulas. In the question, a table will be given in which the range of the observation and the frequency will be given. We have to find Fi and Xi. Here Fi is the frequency, that is how many times our observation is repeating. Here this range is the observation, frequency, how many times these observations are repeating. We have to find Xi. This observation is in the form of range. We will calculate Xi, which is the actual observation, which will be the midpoint of the range. Here this is a range. We will calculate the middle point, which will be equal to lower value plus higher value upon 2. This way we will calculate the midpoint of that range, which will be Xi. Similarly, we will calculate the Xi for all the ranges. We will get Xi. So we got Fi and Xi, the two terms. Further, we will take any of the middle number as the assumed mean, which is A, and we will subtract all this observation with this assumed mean. We will get Di, that is the deviation, which is equal to Xi minus A. This way we will calculate the deviation. We will subtract the assumed mean from all the values of the observation. Next, we have to find Ui. Ui, we will divide deviation with the class size, which is h. What is class size? Class size is the width of the range. Here the class interval is 10 to 25. So the width of the class interval is 15. That is h. So for this case, h is 15. In all the class interval, you will observe that the width is 15. That is the total range of the class interval. Got it? That is h, which is 15. We will divide the deviation with the class size. We will get Ui. And in the question, you will observe that the class size, that is h, will be the common factor of the deviation, so that we can easily divide the deviation with the class size. Okay, this will be already given in the question. The questions are created such that you will be able to easily divide the deviation with the class size. So you got four factors: Fi, that is the frequency, Xi, Di, and Ui. The three different methods will use the three different values. The first method will use Xi, the second method will use the Di, and the third method will use the Ui. Further, we will create three additional columns. Firstly, we will calculate Fi into Xi, then Fi into Di, and lastly Fi into Ui. Fi into Xi means we will multiply these two columns. We will get all these values. Students, note that I am going slightly fast because this is only the summary lecture. In the previous lecture, we have covered everything in very detail. In this lecture, I am just covering the summary of whatever steps we have done in the previous lecture. So this lecture will be slightly fast. If you want to cover all this calculation in much detail, follow the previous lecture. The link is given in the description. Check it out. Let's move forward. Then we will multiply Fi into Di, these two columns. We will get all these values. And lastly, we will calculate Fi into Ui, that is we will multiply these two columns. We will get all these values. We will add all the values of Fi into Xi, Fi into Di, and Fi into Ui. We will get sum of these three columns. And also we will calculate the sum of Fi, that is addition of all this value. Once we got all this value, now we can easily apply all the three methods to calculate the mean. This is the first method, that is the direct method. We can use the formula and we will get the value. Second, the assumed mean method, in which Fi into Di will be used. We will simply put the value and we will get the answer. And lastly, the step deviation method, in which Fi into Ui comes into play. Simply we will put the value and we will get the answer. Got it? All the answers in all the three methods will be same. Now the question is, in which case we have to apply which method. The answer will come same in all the three different methods. we will use the next method to further simplify the calculation. If the calculation in Fy into Xi is much larger, we will go with the assumed mean method and we will reduce the number of calculation. Still, if the calculation or the numbers are large, we will further go to Fy into Ui. That is, we will divide the deviation with the class size. Okay. So this way you will be able to identify to reduce the calculation, we will go to the next method. As we take down the different questions, you will understand it more. So students, we have done with this lecture. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. If so, please like, share and subscribe. And also check out the description for various resources related to class 10, like the continuing lecture, the lectures related to other topics, and the PDF of the formula list. All this in the description, check it out. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you very much for being with CREATA Classes. Have a great day. Bye for now.